Alright, y'all, it's your boy Fro Thizzle, and today we're going to be talking about the reviews for Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I've been hearing about how big of a dumpster fire this fucking movie is, and I'll be watching it later today. Having said that, let's get to the consensus of Jeepers Creepers Reborn. So right off the bat, we have an 11% on the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, which I'm not a huge personal fan of, but I'd be lying if I said I don't go on the site. So I click on the audience score, and we have a 1.4 out of 5 average rating, which makes me even more excited, but not for what the filmmakers might think. We don't have a rating from the critics yet on the tomato meter, but we do have 2 critic reviews, neither slicing under the genre surface nor dicing the heritage well. This reboot is more an unseemly act of IP cannibalism. Jeepers Creepers Reborn is an abysmal film that shockingly sinks even lower than its predecessor. The acting and production value is embarrassing to watch, and any attempts at a new direction or idea for the franchise are nonsensical and unexplained. Lower than its predecessor. 3 was fucking horrendous. I saw it in theaters. I can't believe I had some sort of anticipation for it, and I ended up leaving the theater with a 0 out of 10. Lower than its predecessor. I don't know how that's possible. All right. Oh my goodness. Look at this fucking shit. So we have a 3.1 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a bit tiny lower than 3. If I could give a 0, I would. This is one of the worst films I've seen from a successful horror franchise ever. I was in shock with how atrocious the acting, directing, effects, and story was. The story goes in some baffling directions. It's like the writers had never seen a creeper film in their lives. I literally wanted the creeper to reach through the screen and rip my eyes out to keep me from watching this eyesore. The green screen is horribly distracting and just takes you out of it. And the kills are even worse. How can you mess that up? Since when does the creeper use a bear trap in a house? Please put this franchise out of its misery. No competent director will touch this project with a 100-foot pole. Well, Everything Horror hated it. Let's go to the next one. Let's all pretend this movie was never made and move on with our lives. Oh shit. This is from Alicia Renee Stanley. I'm still trying to fathom how someone made this movie, watched it, edited it, and actually thought it was okay to release. ... Just horrible. I don't understand what I just watched. It's like you get this huge feeling of, this can't be real. All the older movies are all way better, hands down, than this one. Even 3? Even 3, that's hard to fathom. For me, that's hard to fathom. It's gotta be one of the worst movies ever made. People were getting up and walking out in the middle of it. I don't know why I stayed after the first 30 minutes, because from that point on, it was without a doubt gonna be really, really bad. Well, we got another 1 out of 10. Garbage. Oh my god. Could they put a bigger nail in the coffin of this story? This is the result of an idiot reimagining and ruining a good tale. There are so many directions that the story could have taken, but this movie is a direction that took the story to the dumpster. I waited for this to be released, hoping against hope that it would be at least better than 3, but somehow it was worse. How the fuck is Reborn worse than 3? Reborn was supposed to be at least a smidget better than 3. 3 was the lowest that you can go. That was the lowest bar set. So you're telling me 3's here and Reborn's here? I found myself nodding off during the movie, as it is so mundane and unlike anything that made me like the original series. The makeup, the story, the special effects, the overall look of the creeper is so far from the original that I would have thought it was someone imitating the creeper and its story. Someone deserves a big slap in the mouth for putting this garbage on the screen. I got totally cheated by JC3 and Fathom Entertainment events, and I fell for it again. See, the difference is with 3, I didn't know it was going to be that terrible. This one, I know it's going to be terrible. So I'm sure I'll have a good time laughing at how bad it is, but we're going to see. What a piece of shit this movie is, and it is so hard to believe that this story is so far off the mark. It's not reborn, it's aborted. And there is not much chance that a true fan of the series will be duped into falling for a fifth installment after this garbage. What a damn shame this movie was made and released the way it was. I can't even begin to think of a spoiler besides saying that you will feel like you wasted your time and money even before leaving the theater. How anyone could possibly give this movie more than 1 star is beyond me. If the people connected to the creation of this film don't become famous for producing the biggest piece of crap this century, I will be surprised and disappointed. I will keep my peepers open for this director and crew so I can avoid wasting time and money on any other piece of shit films they make. Beautiful words from EGMC111. He despised this film, just like every other review that I've read so far. I have not read one review that gave any bit of praise to this film. As a major Creeper fan, I'm upset. Everyone who made this obviously knew nothing about the character. The acting, directing, story, all of it is trash. I barely could finish the movie. Makes 3 an Oscar-worthy movie. At least part 3 felt like a Creeper movie. It makes 3 an Oscar-worthy movie. How the fuck is that possible? That's not possible. I guess I'm going to fucking find out later, but that's not possible. Guys, the experience that I had with 3 in the theater when that came out was abysmal. It was unexplainable. It was so bad. Jeepers Creepers 3 might be on my top 20 worst films of all time. It's really up there. It's a top tier piece of shit film. So when I'm seeing that 3 is an Oscar-worthy film compared to Reborn, this film, if you can call it that, is a big slap in the face to any fan and just disrespectful to the character. So if any of the crew is reading this, pat yourself on the back. Job well done on setting the new standard of how bad a movie can be. Sorry, not sorry. Just don't bother watching this at all. Look how they massacred my boy. Yeah, just terrible. Scariest part of this movie was the horrible CGI. Legit the worst movie I ever had to watch. Not as bad as everyone says, but yeah, it's not good. Well, that was disappointing. Where to begin my list of grievances? First, the runtime appears to be even shorter than advertised, and everything felt really rushed. Mostly the dialogue was okay, but there was some really cringy bits. There was literally no exposition, and the characters were remarkably uncurious about the demonic creature chasing them. The creeper didn't act in a way consistent with prior established patterns. The plot to defeat the creeper was ridiculous and required the group to know things they wouldn't know, and anticipate the behaviors of a creature that they couldn't possibly anticipate, and for a regular girl with no training to pull off moves like a member of SEAL Team 6 that also used to be a ninja, and it still required a huge amount of luck. Honestly, it felt like a group of high school students were given a decent budget and told to make a Jeepers Creepers movie. But only one of them had seen any of the prior installments, and he only sort of remembered the basics, but not enough to get the gist of it. That is the most praise I've seen so far, and that is a 4 out of 10 rating right there. Overall, I can't wait. I'm going to check this out later today. I'm probably going to do the review and have it up by tomorrow. And I already know this movie isn't going to be good. I'm 100,000% sure. But how hard I laugh at how bad it is, we will see. Fro.